again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Sunday, I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far and thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we are building in Windenburg. I know, right? I haven't built here in so long and we're building a stylish 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom family home, and I've been really kind of vibing with these more modern builds recently. I've been seeing so many reference images on Pinterest, and I was initially supposed to be releasing my base game only family home today. However, I have been incredibly busy this weekend and that house is not quite finished yet, so that will likely be released next weekend instead. So I hope you don't mind this one. I actually started this house this morning and finished it just earlier on this afternoon, so it's just taken me a day to get all this together and I'm hoping to have this build up tonight. I know I'm cutting it down to the wire, but like I said, I've had quite a busy weekend. So we're currently working on the exterior here. As I said, we are going for a more modern vibe, which is quite unusual for me. Normally I stick to like classic suburban family homes, but recently I've been loving these more modern family homes. I will link in the top right hand corner a build I did just a few weeks ago that's kind of similar to this sort of style. I think I'm going to call this a stylish family house. I think that's what I've uploaded it to the gallery as anyway. I can't remember exactly. I only did it this afternoon, but I've got the memory of a goldfish. I love the colour scheme that we went for on the outside here, and we really liven it up with some landscaping as well. Whenever I start builds like this, I'm always so unsure because it's something that I'm not very comfortable doing, and I'm trying to come out of my comfort zone just a little bit more with my builds, different styles, interior and exterior, and I'm hoping this is a step in the right direction. I did make a couple of mistakes on the exterior. I had that weird glitch where the roof came through the top because it wasn't acknowledging that it was a room upstairs, so I had to off camera just do all that stuff. The swatches on the outside, I have a bit of a play around with like black windows and then the white windows again. Initially I was going to do white windows against the black background and then black windows on the white sort of panels, and then I decided to just keep them all white, and I think that was a really good choice because it makes it look really fresh and fun, and kind of like probably a younger couple probably lives here with their only child. That was kind of my thought process here. And then I had a little bit of a play around with some terrain paint, and then I decided, because this is a really weird lot and lots like this kind of bother me, but I know why it's here. So there's no road, right? So the lot's just like in the middle of nowhere. So for me, it's like, well, where does the path come from? I don't like it when you can sort of see the edge of the terrain paint on the lot. I know that's something really minor, but it really irks me. So I try and stay away from that with my builds. So with this one, I decided to do like a pathway just coming out the front and then to the left into the back garden. We do have a bit of a play around. It's just going on here now, but we do have a bit of a play around with the fencing in the back garden because the back garden's really small. I'm just going to put that out there because I think this is only a 30 by 20 lot, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's a 30 by 20 lot, but I got really sort of thrown off because I put the house in the middle and then I was trying to work out how I'd managed to put the path right on the edge of the lot on the right hand side. Anyway, and again, really minor, but we're just playing around with the landscaping here. Instead of adding colour, I keep it really neutral, and there's just green with pops of white just to tie in the sort of the white windows and the panelling on the outside, which I think looks really pretty. I didn't go too mad with the landscaping, which is very unusual for me because normally I am like, I think more often than not I go overboard with the landscaping sometimes, and I think with this one I wanted to try and tone it back because I was kind of having in my head that it was slightly more, of a minimalistic sort of style of house, and so I tried to keep the landscaping to a minimum. This is minimum for me, not probably for other people. Some people might argue that there's quite a lot going on, but for me it's quite minimalistic. Anyway, interior, I struggled just slightly with the floor plan because the house doesn't go back very far. Again, because I wanted there to be some sort of back garden, even though it's small. I wanted there to be some sort of space for your Sims to go outside and have a barbecue, chill out in the sun in the seating area and do whatever they need to do. So down here it's really simple. So we have a downstairs bathroom, a small entranceway, and then an open plan kitchen, dining space, and this is the living room on the left here. I used this stunning wooden flooring from Get Famous. This is possibly one of my favourite floorings in the game. If you zoom in really closely, you can see all these like marks and details on it, and it makes it I love it. It's perfect. The swatches, the colours, the tones. Mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. I don't use it often enough, and I did something that I've never done before. Usually I would go in here and I would put cabinets, right? And then I was like, well, hang on a minute, why would you want to block that lovely window looking out onto the ocean, right? Your Sims can't, I don't think they'd be able to see out of it. I'm just trying to think now. Lovely view out onto the ocean. Anyway, why would you block it with cabinets? So I decided to do this. So like I did these like custom sort of pieces from the Dream Home Decorator pack, and I just sort of worked my way around them, and I think it looks fantastic. This is possibly one of my favorite kitchens that I've done to date so far. Easily, which is really weird because I don't normally like my interiors of more modern builds, but I'm really happy with the outcome of this room. You can see me struggling just for a little while because it as I said, it's a little bit uncomfortable for me, so sometimes it takes me a little bit of time to get into the groove, and I always find, not always, I more often than not find that starting with the kitchen is the best way to set the tone for the rest of the house. Sometimes I'll start with the living room, sometimes I'll start with the kitchen. It really just depends on the house. With this one here, I decided to start with the kitchen, and I'm so glad I did because it set the style that I wanted for the rest of the house, and then I kind of knew what the direction that I wanted to take it in. So I'm really happy with this. I did this trick with the coffee machine. I learned it from my very good friend April, Miss Simrino, and I'm not sure if the coffee machine is actually functional, but I think it looks kind of cool on an angle. If it's not functional, please feel free to remove it. It's the only thing that I didn't actually playtest in this build, which is really funny because I remember when I put it down, I was thinking, I'll have to make sure that the sim can actually make a cup of coffee from there. My gut would say yes, they can, but I'm not an expert, so I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, this is the little dining area here. Because it's only a two bedroom, 2-bathroom house, up to 3 Sims can live here, so I didn't really feel the need to provide a separate dining space, a huge luxurious dining space. I figured that this is all they would need. Obviously they've got the breakfast bar there on the islands as well. On the island in the center of the kitchen here, and then we just have like a little table here where they can enjoy meals together. I just thought that kind of worked better, really. Doing my usual of putting rugs under absolutely every nook and cranny in my houses is really weird because I'd love to try and do a challenge where I'm not allowed to use rugs at all, because I think I know I would struggle, because my mind automatically goes to, well, that looks a bit weird because there's too much floor showing, so I'm going to just put a rug down. So weird how my mind works. But yeah, rug mad, plant mad, clutter mad. So that's why sometimes the more modern minimalist style kind of throws me off, because I'm so used to going in and adding so many details. But I think with this one we got a really nice balance of it's a little bit cluttered, but it's definitely, for me, I definitely hung back on the clutter is what I'm trying to say. I even included a dishwasher here. Every now and again I will surprise myself and include a dishwasher in a kitchen. I don't know why I don't do it more often. I think a lot of people have dishwashers now. Obviously I can't speak for everybody. I'm not saying absolutely everybody does, but I think more people have than don't. That's probably another discussion for another day. Anyway, kitchen's almost done. Look at it. I really like it. I think it looks amazing. I love the black appliances with the white cabinets. I think they complement each other so well. And then we just try and tie in other furniture, just sticking with that black and white theme. And I feel like sometimes when someone says black and white interior, you can sometimes think, oh, well, that's going to be a bit boring, a bit bland. But I genuinely think this house has life to it. It looks like a family lives here. It looks like they have a bit of character, a little bit of style, but it's also really homey as well. And so I really like that about this house. I was even thinking of creating a family and moving into this house because I liked it so much. I don't often say that about my builds. I know I've said it about a couple of them more recently, but this house, there's just something about it that's really, really nice, and I'm so happy with the outcome. So as I said, you will have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this your kind of style? Do you prefer the more suburban builds? I'm trying to just cover as much as I can. You guys have all got different tastes. You've got Sims with different tastes. So I'm just trying to do as many things as I can. I'm trying to learn so much about design and architecture and different styles of builds and interiors. And I'm having a blast doing it. I'm going to be honest. I've got so many plans for the channel this year. So I've gone off on a tangent like I normally do. And we've already started the living room. I tried to do this sort of curved sectional sofa, but there was just something not quite right about it. Looking back now, it looked quite nice, but I just end up putting these sofas in from the Dream Home Decorator in this black swatch. I don't know if I've ever used them in this black swatch before, but I think again, going with the black and white theme, I think they just worked really, really well. And we do try a few different things in this room here. So we end up putting some curtains up here, but we do take them down because I tried not to put too many curtains in this build, because I feel like if you've got a house like this with the views that this house has with the windows, I feel like you probably would not be putting many blinds and curtains up. I do have blinds in some windows in the bathrooms, and then I also have them like at the front here and just at the sides, more for privacy than anything else, because you can still see out of these windows on either side of the fireplace. If you don't like the blinds, feel free to remove them. As I've said before, excuse me, if you want to make any changes to my houses while you're playing with them, please do. I've sometimes had messages from people, I'm having trouble talking today, shock, where they've messaged me and said, I hope you don't mind, but I've changed this and I've removed that and I've added this. Like, you guys crack on, honestly. And just the fact that you're downloading my houses to play in blows my mind sometimes. So just the fact that you're even playing in them, like, you do what you need to do with them, honestly, because I don't create Sims and move them in here. I'm just sort of thinking in my head who I might want to live here. And it's been a while since I've done a 2-bed 2-bath house as well, so slightly on the smaller side. I was having a conversation with Reese and April today actually, and saying I don't know how I managed to do it. I feel like all I've been doing recently, apart from the couple of apartments that I've done, I've been doing these huge family houses, and they haven't meant to be as big as they actually are. They just somehow turn into these 5-6 bedroom houses, which is great. I've got no problem with that, but sometimes it's nice to step back and do the smaller builds too, because they don't take as long, and it just means that you guys with the smaller families can enjoy them as well. Again, just trying to cover as much as I possibly can. Living room is almost done anyway, just adding some bits here and there. I do have, I wouldn't say a problem, but if there's an empty wall, or if there's like a spare area, I've just got to fill it with something, whether it's a plant or a lamp or some artwork. So me doing these more modern houses is definitely a challenge, but I think we pulled this one off. I wouldn't exactly call it super minimalist modern, but it's definitely more minimalist than my normal stuff. This is the one and only downstairs bathroom. There is a full bathroom upstairs as well, but this is the only one that's on the ground floor, and it is a full bathroom, so there's a shower in here as well, which I think is really handy. Again, if you've got 3 Sims living in here and you've got 2 of the Sims trying to get ready to go to work and or school on a morning, then having both bathrooms is definitely very helpful. I know in the past when I've been playing with families and there's only one bathroom, it stresses me out on a morning when they need to have a shower and go to the toilet and everything else. So I always try and include at least 2 bathrooms in my build if and when I can. Anyway, floor plan for upstairs came really easily to me because there's just 2 bedrooms and a bathroom up here. So that L-shaped room is the bathroom. I decorate that off camera because it's pretty much a replica of the one downstairs. This is the single child's room. If you have 2 children, if you have 2 children in here, you can pop in another bed. There is space for it. I just figured that there were just going to be 3 Sims in here. So I'm with my kids' rooms, I tend to try and squeeze in as much as I can. So with this one, I kind of wanted to keep that theme flowing even in the kids' room. There's a little bit of colour in here. There's like some kids' decor and stuff and some toys, but I definitely wanted to keep it toned down compared to my other stuff, so hopefully we achieved that with this one. There's a chair, there's a little bookcase as well. We also put is it from the Cats and Dogs pack, like the cat that sits up and your child Sims can go over and hug it and stuff? Yeah, that one there. We put that one on as well. And then I started to add more colour, and I was thinking that is not the direction I wanted to go for with this room, so we end up pulling that back and just putting this neutral piece of artwork up there, which I think works really, really well. Very odd shaped room, but I think it works quite well with what we put in here, and I think we utilise the space really well, actually, which is something that I don't normally say because my floor plans aren't the most eloquent in the world. But then we move on to the master bedroom. This is a very, very simple room, not much going on in here at all. It's literally a bed, bedside lamps, a rug, and a chest of drawers and a mirror. I wanted to keep it just really plain, really simple. Plus we had these 2 windows on either side, so I couldn't really do much anyway. So it's probably just as well that we decided to keep it quite minimalist, but I think it's in keeping with the tone of the house. I decided to put a mirror here instead of a TV. No idea why, it was a choice. And then we do move on to the back garden in just a moment. But yes, not much going on in here at all. I hope you guys don't mind. Very uncomfortable for me to put so little in a room, but oh well. Back garden, here we are. I told you it was small and I was not lying. I was trying to work out what to put in here. I wanted to try and put a swing set in or a set of monkey bars, and it wasn't working. It just looked too cramped. So your child Sims are going to have to just entertain themselves somehow. I do apologise. I do apologise for that. But we are at the end here, so I will do my little sign off if you guys don't mind. But you can grab this house from the gallery right now. I've already uploaded it. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box below. You can get them for free from SimFileShare. But thank you again, everyone, for joining me here today. You all take care, and I will see you next time I post a video. Bye!